I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
Ancient Alpha truly is fascinating.
Ad Astra.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
The Adventurers Guild. Today's recommendation is the steak.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Star-Snatched Cliff is known for its views. I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild. Today's recommendation...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild. Today's recommendation is the steak.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
It's been getting quite busy recently. Which should I choose?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Stabilize!
Busted! Gotcha! Take it easy.
That's close enough. Feeling lucky today? Law of the jungle! I'll be the jungle! You want this one? You want
Take it
this
easy.
one? Following orders. Solidify!
Here comes the catch.
Welcome here.
Quietly now. Take it easy.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
There's so many local specialties in Japan. I want to buy more.
Welcome.
There are so
I
many
hope you'll
local
have a
specialties
wonderful
in
day.
Japan. I want to buy more.
Hey, Dia, you're back. Are these two friends of yours? It's like, anyway, since we've got newcomers, they've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, they even attack other relics brigades, just as...
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or a portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the... Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more...
Wait, a power strike?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active,
Sounds mighty strange to me, too. I gotta say, though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone.
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about...
What he said. Besides, Dia, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Khan al, any survivors of the attack were already long gone.
Ah, Hisham and Khala.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe. Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we could...
Hey, what about Paimon?
Oh,
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's...
oh. In that case,
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny, even if she had only survived on sheer luck.
I had no idea.
Oh, one other thing, Dia. When you're free, we held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so the deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoke...
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in
Hey, didn't we agree to never...
Huh? Wait, are you
I don't think...
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that.
All right. We could...
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and...
Are they always like...
More. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, but we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out, that's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll... Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the...
Yeah, you hear her, Holloff? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regard.
Will do. You...
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to... It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another.
No need to worry. He knows his way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all... Ah, here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react. And...
Gather! That's close enough. Feeling lucky today? I'll be back. You're...
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right.
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first...
That might have worked on an amateur. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? You've got 5 seconds. You might want to...
Whoa!
I'm not joking around. With 2 seconds!
I'll save you the
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the... I definitely didn't expect him to go that far.
What? Why would he be so...
I just wanted to test his mettle. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much...
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him. There are lots of goods around.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it.
Let me take a look. If this really is... Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food. This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, that person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods. Wait, why is there no more?
Nope.
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of mora. But the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back... perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling... Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. They're... Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazaman Homayani.
Homayani?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Just what the heck is going on here? I'm sorry, you're right. But what this piece of paper confirms is that
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakana?
That's a possibility. But if that was the case, they could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and
But what?
Honestly, I've been to their estate many times, and the only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's, but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the master would stoop so... You're probably right. I know my late...
But what should we do now?
If you ask me, I'm not worried. It's too early to make a Let's go find my lady again. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper...
Dia, are you sure this is the best decision?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the That's not how I deal with...
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
Yeah. we're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into...
Actually, we're still in...
I see.
Something like that.
You all look a little dispirited. Why don't you discuss it with me?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about...
So something is wrong. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a...
My lady, please...
The master, okay? My father...
Yeah, it makes us... I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real... Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story, and just stumbled...
I can't help but agree with...
Huh?
Thank you for sharing. Since you've told me everything you know, in the past, I thought that my father hired a... However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30.
About that... Well, the homie later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen. He offered me a pile of more.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or I think I get what you're saying.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seemed strange or out of place. If my father had always been in contact with Dekan al-Akmar.
You mean the goal all along was to...
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has...
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of that?
Sorry we put all this on...
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group...
But is that... My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homiyani family, if we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over...
Tia...
It's all right, Dia. If anyone were to ask,
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility.
Hey! It's still too early to give up hope! What was the thing? Right, yeah, try! Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we...
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. In which case, my lady...
Sure thing. I also hope he'll...
you...
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two.
Yes, my daughter had... But we may skip all the pleasant...
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your...
So, that's what you found?
If you wouldn't mind...
Well, it's a long and What I do know, though, dear, is that the truth will bring you no...
Wait.
Yes. I understand perfectly why you came to see me, but knowledge always comes at a price. Your father, Kusela, and I both. Of course, you have the right to... The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for... If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will...
His heartfelt efforts? I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my... I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to change. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us those Eremites were Kusela's. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really?
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. We started talking about our children and to repay his kindness. I hired his brigade to help.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced.
So, what happened to him? He was perfect.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change, he then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had... At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Ella's, but he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never... I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts. And
So he was the one who recommended...
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would have... He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dia could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually...
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. Kusela saved my daughter and me all those years ago in the desert.
He was always like that.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dia's fees. I refused to take any more from him. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that when the letter contained a request to help him by...
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekan...
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, but by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, that thought occurred to me as well. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture, in the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my...
If you can, please tell me. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me... If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world and...
Oh no, Dia...
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions. Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't, but I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supply, however, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dekan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool...
Understood. Thank you.
I'll stay and be with my father here. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I feel like...
Yes. It's time to
Every journey has its final date.
Hey! Isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here! Oh, hey there. It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up? Seems like you've been enjoying yourself. How about you? What are you up to now? I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories. I almost feel like there's still some... Why is that? Don't worry, we'll help you remember. Thank you so much. Ooh, it's beautiful. I found it in the sanctuary. It's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to... It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't... Traveler, do you have any ideas? You know, Nahida, we just happened to be going on an adventure. Thanks, you two. Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind.
Hey, get out! You... I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Last warning! Get out before I...
Hang on.
But Great Dendro Archon, it's a...
Please, don't worry. Seems that it wants us to follow it. You can understand. Even though different creatures have varying habits and ways of communicating, I can feel its anxiety and fear. Well, fungi... That's true. Okay. All right. Lead the... Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see. It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting. That's not too different from how humans think sometimes. That's what I meant by shared emotions. It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus. Seems like... So maybe this fungus wanted to bring the... Probably. Although fungi are... Maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought, I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness. What is it, Nahida? Strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an... Yes. Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using as for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus. Exactly. So this is a first even for Nahida. But that's not all. There's a lot. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which... So do you think it'll wake up if... Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll see what My power was compatible.
Lord of Dendro? Is it really the Lord of Dendro? Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Oh, I didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like...
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature.
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance.
Well... But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that... So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen even if you do possess a number of human traits, It is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms, but completely different interiors.
Did this fungus study at the academia? You're not a fungus, are...
That's correct. This might be surprising to you. It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much. Me. It says that it's very thin.
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat, even if there are ones I've never seen with my... However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, what are you?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence. My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever. A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping. We were victims of the apocalypse, yet in time...
The apocalypse? I'm not sure what it means either.
It's a long and complicated story.
Don't worry, we'll listen.
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to We later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse, and...
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? It said that they are looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe...
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. That may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away as the...
I get it now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. And not only did you save me, but you've also...
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. We can go home. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I never knew it would become a reality so quickly. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never...
It's not your fault. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara. And as for the city, there are... Oh yeah! They'll give us a hand! Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. We all believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling... You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in.
I see. But I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with.
Would you all be willing to come with me? The more family members that can return home...
But didn't you say that you...
Yes, but I know their end.
There's something that I'm very concerned about. Yes. I didn't mention it just now, But the elemental power inside the crystal is completely identical to that of the fungus. What? Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. The process, however, that sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling that makes sense. Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place that fits the description of it. Agreed. I really want to send them.
The road here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
Don't worry, Paimon can handle any road! Ah! Enemies! You're up, traveler!
Stabilize!
Gotcha.
Try to keep up!
Go! Quietly now. Take it easy.
Gather!
Busted.
Pulverize!
Gotcha.
Amazing. With such skills, you...
Hey!
No, we didn't. The appearance after communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, we did thus. We gradually took the form...
It's hard to believe that's...
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. Your hand is shaped like that for a reason. So you are able to grip and... The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to blend with the environment. We are dendro life forms. One of the most ancient life forms and...
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to?
Not as freely, I'm afraid. You would... Although this is common sense to us, it is still extremely difficult to explain. You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly, nor can you force a tree to bear...
I see. Humans have a term for this. It's called growth. Ah, you're so smart, Nahida! Paimon gets it now!
Growth. I see. Yes, then this is what you would call growth. A most beautiful word. I shall enjoy it more as we walk.
How much farther is it?
We're about halfway there. You're doing great, Paimon. Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh? Oh, no! Paimon was just curious! Paimon isn't that tired. You seem to enjoy taking care of others.
You think so? Does the Lord of Dendro need to be carried?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head? We can figure out who will carry who later! We have options here!
I think no matter whether it's tired or not.
Child?
Yes. One.
Why can't you...
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus.
Oh, didn't like...
You have...
Huh? Strange and cute at the same time. That's right.
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon. Its name... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. Yes, I must remember it. Yes, this way. We're almost there. Yes, I have heard humans. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of.
It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their life, they become a tumor.
Yes, I would have also suffered the.
So, previous research has revealed that forbidden knowledge, but even if forbidden knowledge has been completely removed, its influence still remains. They've been tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time, but what a sad and pitiful.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled the fields. They grew in the pristine lakes, they grew everywhere. Until the world suddenly lost. But it's all right. Our life essence. After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near the area.
But that would mean the effects.
It's okay. That's not important. It's not right to leave them to simply perish. Now that we finally have the chance to return home.
I understand. Just leave it to. So you're worried about me. It's fine. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake. Paimon doesn't get what you. Then let's do this. We've dealt with the withering. Everyone hold hands.
Busted. Ha! Game's up. Flame's over. Gotcha. Quietly now.
Stabilize!
Gotcha. Take it easy.
Gather!
Busted. Quietly now.
Solidify!
Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Take it easy.
As I expected, it's the last of so it wasn't able to make it to the end. If only it could have held on just a little longer.
I hope that you will be free of this pain. Just thinking about how many elemental life forms.
It's okay. As long as an external form is but a gift of time. Through growth.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were. But I will cure all of them.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place.
Hold on. Oh, I see. So, they found a fungus fungus that matches the description I gave.
It must be in a similar situation as...
Okay, follow me.
A chest full of valuables and a trove.
We're close now. It's just a little further.
There are so many fungi here. They're probably... Yeah, they won't be happy to see us.
No fighting. These are all its family. Although we belong to different species, we've spent a lot. They can be reasonable, as long as we try.
What should we do? But you'll need Nahita's power.
I've got an idea.
You want to transform into a...
Nahita is a god!
Even gods can't bend the laws.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its family...
All right. You have great elemental. You will have to use power equal to that which is required to break. I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have.
All right, I'm ready. Changing it...
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing.
Hmm?
All right! Let's not get hung up here. If it's really...
Okay.
Wow! You really turned into a fungus!
It's actually not too bad. The unconscious fungus is just below here.
Oh, how do we do that?
I'll get close to them while you make your way. You should be able to identify them using elements. Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind.
Okay, got...
Let me lure away the fungi up top.
All right, good luck, Nahita. Let's go.
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it. Why is it reacting like that? Uh-oh, the fungus on patrol noticed me. There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It seems they didn't notice me. It seems that fungus won't be moving. This is the spot. There are several fungi here. Hide and wait for the traveler to catch up. So this is the one. Understood. Nahida? I never knew that it was so tiring to change. I even used the techniques that it taught me.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid if thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan.
I apologize.
It's okay, I have good news.
Apocalypse?
Yes. Unfortunately, I've forgotten where home...
Really? That's great! Home. Dendro Dragon.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes! The Dendro Dragon! I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never...
Oh, wait a minute. Hyman's confused. Do you mean...
Yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dent, but I don't quite understand.
Because we live inside.
The Dendro Dragon. Inside.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. The Dendro... It once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, we'd be able to start... However, that day never came. Our homeland...
Hyman's still confused.
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much...
Wait, then if that's the case, doesn't that imply...
Yes, that is what has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro.
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago. Which means that
And a big void will also form inside the...
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably... No wonder I haven't seen Apep for so long. But how did it get... But anyway, Apep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. Yes! How could if the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer... Dendro elemental power of that concentration, giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable.
Hey, what about the crystal?
Yes, have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. I'm sorry,
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before. I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now. Let's wait for their reply again, though I know waiting can feel...
Thank you.
I explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing...
Go home. Leave. Hard decision. Don't know. They are waiting.
Don't worry. I understand family is very important to us. No matter when, can you do one last thing?
Of course. I can relate to... I need to organize my...
Thank you. That end. Don't like...
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the food is grown in.
Soy. There. Hyman understood that. No need to Wildflowers! It wasn't kidding, but instead plants were invading!
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Whew. That should be all of them. That was...
Yeah, I've calmed down now.
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't know anything...
Well, the history of Sumeru was a Pep's territory. In those days...
Oh, so there was...
Not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky, turning a huge section of the rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, a Pep changed color from the emerald green of...
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
A Pep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru, and has refused to recognize the new order that was established. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been unable to stir up any trouble. Conflicts between the two sides are destined to continue until, as far as I know, a Pep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Desh... I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely... The crystal that I have in my possession is probably...
Thank you. You really like them, don't...
Family. Like. Do you not?
That's not what Paimon meant.
Does that matter? Family.
Paimon doesn't...
What it's trying to say is that as long as family, you place importance on appearances, but we do not. We find these are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Looks can always change, so... But it wouldn't matter. Paimon...
Still nothing new from the forest. See, it appears we are out of leads to follow. And if no one knows how this crystal works, then it's okay. It isn't your fault. Maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which causes memories of it to be unclear. And if that's the case, finding the other fungi still wouldn't help us at all.
The crystal and the apocalypse. Lord of Dendro.
I do.
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. A family member once said that the apocalypse is a part of us, and that there is value in preserving. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion at the...
Preserving the apocalypse?
That's not very likely. The power of Irminsul... Did the prophecy say where that...
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru. A murky place that no one can return from.
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right?
It's impossible to preserve for... What if it can be converted to a different form? I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. However, I do think it's possible. Follow me. I'll...
How's...
So that elemental life form came all the way here on its own and spent a long... Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the...
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power of something here. I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It once repaired the rifts of... It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever in a different form. Yep. It's just like soap bubbles that rise to the water surface.
Another strange metaphor.
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power of the giant spike and hidden within the oozing filth.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from here.
It's over there!
Looks like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this area. You two should be able to take care of it, right?
Yep, we know what to do. We'll just use the lumen stone on the oozing concretion.
Here comes the catch.
Oh, we finally...
It should be the life form from...
That light. Wait. Something dark is coming out. What's going on? Didn't the heat us in...
Maybe it's because such a long... Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that of the apocalypse, it is still a form of... It might have lost its mind after being...
Oh no!
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power. But this is our only chance.
Traveler!
It's okay. I trust your judgment.
Oh, yeah! You said that the elemental power in the crystal was identical to this.
You want to use its power?
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. It's risky to use its power without fully...
Don't understand!
Yes, I understand. But this is our own...
It's okay. There's no need to argue. I'll think of something to do about... How about this? Traveler, I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Don't overdo it, Traveler.
Lord of Dendro, and you are...
Yay!
Lord of Dendro, here and... Wait, did you...
I'm sorry. That portion of my memory is highly...
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence is... You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated. Even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after those... However, you are definitely someone who stays true to your word. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your resolve.
You and I may...
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able to survive here. To be honest, I'm nearing my end.
No one can withstand the power.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change only the giant spike that fell from the sky was capable of doing something like that. Is the moment I lost my chance. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro.
I understand. Can you please...
This is a fire seed. It's an essential item for saving the Dendro. The Lord of Dendro and our people created this item together. It mimics how the Dendro Dragon's heart of Oasis operate. The Dendro Dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for far too long. It too is nearing. However, if you are able to reactivate its heart of Oasis using the Fire Seed, then the Dendro... And as a result, our homeland will return.
Oh, it's no wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just...
What? You used... That's... the Fire Seed contains a high concentration of elemental... It is not stable in its current form. To prevent any accident...
Since I am its creator, I will...
Alright. Aside from being able to heal the Dendro... In other words, you will be able to find the... But you should hurry.
What about...
Forget about me.
Everyone is returned.
As I told you, I've already lost Lord of Dendro. I thank you for coming to find me, and for being willing to save the Dendro Dragon. Our past has been saved, and our future has been ensured. It's enough for me, just knowing that they will return home.
Hey! Wait! It turned into...
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? Please, of all of us, it deserves the chance.
This is a small ball of light that it left...
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. Do not be sad, my friends.
Because its external form doesn't...
Yes, because our external form does not matter.
Let's go! Home. It's not much further. Follow... I can feel its power lingering and shifting around us. Sometimes it feels distant, but other times it seems close. This is its way of warning us. It has already noticed our presence. We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way. Hey, look! Something's over there! We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon. Paimon knew it would be big, but not that big!
Puny god, puny human. Leave my domain. Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the endless sands of the desert.
A pep, we're here to save you.
I do not need saving, especially not by you, Brewer. You are no different from Amun. Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you've fallen before.
I know that you hate both gods and humans, but you've grown too weak now.
Let go. Foolish Brewer. You will find no gratefulness. You will only be reviving the dragon that will destroy Sumeru and the Seven Nations.
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death to all. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to terms with you.
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the
The truth. The shackles that the God of Wisdom cannot escape from. I have paid dearly for the truth, and you shall—
Hey! Don't leave! Careful! Something's coming. Ah! What is that?
It's our family.
Huh? They're your family.
External form not important. The composition of their elemental power is identical to us.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
This is also a form of adaptation, although a most gruesome and pitiful one. They've gradually taken this form in order to survive.
Is there any way to avoid— Hey! Can you guys talk? We're here to— They've given it their all just to survive.
They're being drawn by the fire seed. Only its power can temporarily free. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so. Everything else has been discarded in the process of adaptation.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge. Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world?
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them. They are not evil in nature. All they want to do is survive.
Quietly now.
Gather!
Gotcha. Take it easy.
Paimon thinks they used up all their strength.
They want to go home. Yes. It was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert? Years of torment is what turned them into their current state. It seems only the fire seed, but it'll be risky if we use the fire—
Correct. We cannot use the— Everyone goes home.
Let me think for a second. It's fine. Let's use the power of the fire seed. I can't bear leaving, but don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. It won't require much elemental power, but as long as I use my elemental power to stay—
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn. Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your experience. After all, that giant Dendro Dragon is also—
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro.
Thank you. Alright, here it goes.
Family. We will all be able to go home soon. Enormous amounts of knowledge and emotions are moving inside of me. They're all to imagine such growth could be achieved.
It's because you're carrying everyone.
Yes, finally.
This is the last part. Let's go.
Take it easy. Busted. Gotcha.
Stabilize.
Quietly now. Gotcha.
This cave is huge. Could this be where the dendro... Yeah. Who knows? Our goal is not only to find the that will be impossible if we can't... But how are we gonna do... I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye, and that we have a very different However, we are both born of elemental power. We are not that different. And right now, we share a common enemy. Wonder if the I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the name of hatred. I'm here to save both you and your people. They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their homeland. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has lost its meaning.
No response.
Your eagerness to survive means that you haven't given up on that world. If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think about why you want to survive? Please keep everyone and send us to the homeland. Nahida, where are we? Huh? And what about the traveler? Where'd he go? I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely. Well, then let's go. Paimon knows that. Let's hurry. He might be just up ahead. What's that? That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal. Then let's hurry and light it! Alright, hang on. Wait! The fire seed! It shattered! It was even more unstable, but... Why? We barely used it! I'm not sure.
Perhaps, but if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way of knowing. And even if that's the case, there's no...
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created, which would be when we had first saved the desert.
Oh no. Wait, if the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean... Oh... Do you know...
Don't worry, Paimon. This is although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental light, so all I have to do is imitate that power. Well,
you're gonna...
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me. I might, however...
What happened?
I'll become a blade of grass or a twig. I will be able to unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the process of growth.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose your...
That's all right. None of that matters.
No, wait! There has to be another...
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of... I can still communicate with the world through the forest.
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, if we knew this was how you were going to take...
I'm sorry, Paimon. Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if...
No.
The fire seed shattered, and she's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Hear us, please. Feel our heartfelt desires. Awaken!
Because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally.
Take it easy.
Gather! Thank you for protecting me with your elemental power. Goodbye. We may never meet again. I will wait for her no matter how long it takes. This is the agreement we made.
Quietly now.
Solidified!
Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Take it easy.
solidified. Order guide you.
Gotcha.
Gather.
Busted.
Hey! Can you hear Paimon? Say something! You fungi said that your form didn't matter, right?
Their knowledge, memories, and emotions have been reverted to elemental power and released. They are no longer able to respond to you. The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have all. They will be born once again now that they're one.
But that's different! They won't. Paimon, we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. But as long as you can be healthy again, Samara will be free from threat. As long.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly.
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond, be that as it may, my position when you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my...
Yeesh. I respect your decision, and with time, before you begin resting, how did you become affected by—
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world, and led us in a fight against the order established. An unimaginable war took place into that, causing In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tide. As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, sand dunes arose where there was only forest. And it was as if even Sumeru itself...
But you still didn't give up, did you?
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help of Nabu Mali. His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish... Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge at that time, I still harbor deep regrets. Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our... And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones. But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still... I will follow it until the end of...
You really are...
When Al-Ahmar's proud... However, what I gained was no... I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. But even then, I still believe that his insanity was...
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. Tiny Boer. And the rest. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly principles be able...
Hey! Looks like we've been sent back out! The dragon will need to rest for a very long time before this... It's not as ruthless as it was before. Nobody's in a good mood. Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason. Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, each opportunity for perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all... Can you really call a place with family? Those two fungi might be waiting... Oh yeah! Let's hurry and go take a... They're still here!
Don't be sad. It did it to protect you. It said that Newer is its... That's your name, is... Oh. This is wonderful. They will definitely meet again. Someday.
Stabilize!
Gotcha! Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Take it easy. Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh. Take it easy.
fortified! I will have order!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
You're toast!
Game's up. Fun's over. Busted.
Gather!
Nice and spicy!
Take it easy.
Stabilize!
Let's light it up!
Out of the frying pan!
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Get them!
Gather!
Off we go.
Nice and spicy!
Stabilize!
I'm going in!
Eat this!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Gather! Order guide you!
Busted.
Let's light it up!
Out of the frying pan, into the...
Penny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. Everybody stand back!
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Solidify! This is order.
Busted. Quietly now.
Stabilize!
Let's light it up!
How could it break the curse?
I will have order.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it!
Gotcha. Busted.
Gather!
Time to go! Adventure time! Game's up!
Fun's over.
I'm going in!
See? You quit it!
Solidify! Stabilize!
Let's light it up!
Gotcha.
Gather! Order guide you!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Quietly now.
Cross over!
Solidify!
Gotcha.
This isn't good.
This is order. Gather!
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
have order. Solidify.
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
See? This isn't good.
Everybody stand back! Busted.
Go!
Gotcha.
Stabilize.
Off we go! Things are about to get dicey. Busted. I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Solidify.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Sharing my knowledge. I see everything.
Lightning, Sharon Pop! Time to know my sword! Let me weave you a purpose this way!
Deflect!
Committed to memory, the Temple of Wisdom.
Our bond is strong!
Scatter! Flicker!
This may hurt a little.
This is order. Stabilize.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Take it easy. Quietly now.
Gather.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! See?
Busted. Here comes the catch. How was I so...